There are some seriously cool things being worked on behind the scenes. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, do you remember how there weren't any updates for 2 weeks or half of the month in November last year, which, now that I say it, was only 1 month and a half ago or so, but still. Well, in that period of time, the developers, or J-mods, were game jamming. Game jam is a period of time in which developers are able to fully focus on projects of their choosing, aka passion projects, and these projects typically do make it into the live game eventually, at least when they're partially developed and the meat has been added to the bone, so to speak. It isn't a guarantee to be released, of course, but some of the best content has made it out of game jam. Let's start by talking about the farming skill, as Mod Sponge seems to have been working on a couple of farming related changes. Sponge seems to want to make plant farming more lucrative by making the XP gained rival player-owned farms. He specifically mentioned some kind of godly grapeseed for the mid-game. Based on his comments on X, he also seems to want to rebalance herbs gained at low levels and reduce the level requirement of certain perks such as the flower harvester. He also seems to be looking at adding quality of life features to less frequently used farming methods, such as keeping up your planks frame when farming grapevines. I'm sure many of you remember the Garden of Carid update, in which Mod Sponge actually had a big role as well. That update improved herb farming and completely changed drop from bosses by removing herb drops and replacing them with seeds. Additionally, herb drops from slayer creatures were also nerfed with this update. What I think this means is that we could be looking at a future meta-changing update to farming and farming XP, at least for the mid-levels. I also believe this to be the case because other moderators have also used their game jam for farming-related changes. One thing I hope to see released soon though is that incense sticks are no longer lost on death, the effect that is as a standard base account feature without needing the unlock from the Crux Eco Favor store. Instead, it could be replaced with this effect instead. Another change I'm sure you'll all be glad to hear of is that the previously MTX only Necromancy skilling outfit should be available through gameplay soon using the Double XP token store. Soon as in next Double XP. I still don't understand why the outfit wasn't attainable through gameplay straight away, as I believe we're far beyond that point, but hey, better late than never. Jagex Dorn has been working to convert the existing, very dated Daemonheim reward shop to a more modern interface style. Even though I know they're supposed to be two different stores, I do hope they combine the Daemonheim reward store with the Elite Dungeon reward shop, as it would be nice to be able to access both from the same location. Mod Breezy's Aura UI rework is still in development. The goal of this project is to make auras and their various tiers more easily distinguishable and recognizable. I have a feeling this update has to go live this year, as it has been in progress for quite some time. During the last game jam, so November last year, they experimented with a design that stays true to the original style. The same mod, being Mod Breezy, has also had his part in the 110 woodcutting and fletching update. On Reddit and Twitter, Mod Breezy and Stu confirmed they're working on reworking the existing fletching and woodcutting content. This should include extending the Eternal Magic Tree's effect, called Lumberjack Intuition, and the method in which Eternal Magic weaponry is fletched to lower tiers of content. While it is reassuring to see the efforts to make skilling experience for these two skills more consistent across all levels, I can't help but feel a little bit concerned about balance. After all, we saw how Primal Fletching was introduced and later nerfed. Hopefully they strike the right balance this time around. Modluma has been working on an improved reward UI where you're able to preview the rewards and kind of like skim through them, which is something I believe the game has been missing for a long time. Like if you're looking at a cosmetic and you don't know the item, it's really cool to see it in 3D without the need of wikiing it or looking up a video or perhaps going into the customizations interface and searching for it. It just takes up so much more time. Nice. Mod Garagast has cooked up some really cool things from Game Jam, and this time around he seems to be working on two different cosmetic things. One is this really cool effect on both the weapon and cape that follows the movement of the character, and the other is cape or claw physics, where based on the area you're in, it seems that the wind actually has an effect on how your cape is positioned opposed to your character. It's just a prototype shared to X, but this clip made me realize we were missing something in RuneScape. Capes are a big part of the game, and having them feel more lively due to improved physics is something I now officially need. So whatever Garagast is doing behind the scenes, I sure hope this makes it into the live game. He also shared some really cool looking visuals that may be related to another quest he's working on. On the topic of quests, no, I can't do much with a pixel teaser from Mod Black Witch, is the Posty Pete quest Mod Foul's working on, called Dead on Arrival. There isn't much known about the quest just yet, but one of the rewards is supposed to be a new necromancy movement ability called Spirit Stamp. GameJam is also a time in which many graphical improvements are created and developed. Mod Blackwitch, Stew, and Desert have been working on an overworld cleanup where Falador seems to be getting some space. They're doing this by removing the Armador's Tower and giving it its own location and moving the clan camp to near the Grand Exchange. Mod Pebble has been working on graphically reworking Yanil, and to be honest, it really needs a graphical rework, and Mod Zact has continued to work on his Lunar Isles rework. Finally, Mod Luma is working on dynamic Fort Free trees that change with the season automatically as a toggleable option. All these reworks are fantastic stuff. There's also a chance we'll be getting another new tutorial that's supposed to improve the new player experience, and that tutorial could very well be a part of Lumbridge. We'll just have to wait and see though. Now, this isn't everything Game Jam related, but it's most of the projects that have visuals and a little bit more information. Sorry Mod Munch, I need some visuals of that silly hat before I can include it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and if you did, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.